T-shirts are going to be great. And, you know, I've got to feel that Tech, by manhandling Nebraska, had to pick up some #1 votes.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, but pollsters overall, you just hope they're thinking about doing the right thing tomorrow. You know, who knows? Biases prevail in that situation. The season overall, though, John, a masterpiece with only one small blemish up in Chapel Hill. This afternoon in Orlando, the Jackets put the finishing touches on their best season in 38 years. It was a big day for sophomore quarterback Sean Jones. He loosened up the team with his 46-yard run on the Jackets' first drive. What a dangerous weapon Jones is. A Heisman candidate already for next year. That run set up the game's first touchdown. Stephen Scott, the senior academic All-American, takes it in with the second effort. Tech jumps out to the early 7-0 lead. The key to the game was the Jackets stopping Nebraska on first down. They stuffed the option all day. Second quarter, after recovering a fumble, the Jackets strike again. This time through the air, Jones to Emmett Merchant. A nice leaping grab, 22 yards, and the Jackets are up 14-zip. You didn't hear Ken Swilling's name mentioned much today. Nebraska found a way to take him out of the game. Tackle him. Tech threatens to make it a blowout when Jones hooks up with Bell on the 2-yard swing pass, 21-0. Tom Osborne looking for a place to hide. But Nebraska struck for 2 quick TDs. Trailing 21-7, freshman Derek Brown will go 55 yards untouched, and the Huskers cut the lead to 7. And suddenly it's a game again, and Bobby Ross is pacing the sidelines. 24-14 Tech at the half. Third quarter. Watch the right center of your screen. Keith Holmes gets into the air, gets a hand on the field goal attempt. A big play by the special teams to keep the Tech lead at 10. The Jackets extend the lead when Jones takes it in on the beautifully designed bootleg. It's 31-14 Tech. Nebraska got back to within 10 late in the third quarter. Tom Haas, who replaced starter Mike Grant, tosses a 21-yard touchdown pass to William Washington, 31-21 Jackets. But William Bell erased any chances of a Nebraska comeback with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. This one, a brilliant 57-yard effort. How he got out of that stack, I'll never know. He caps it off with a dive into the end zone, and the Jackets, who came into the game as 2-point underdogs, end up routing Nebraska 45-21. Boy, an impressive win. I think impressive enough to convince a number of the pollsters to rank the Jackets as the nation's best. Let's go back live to Orlando now with Art Ekman. And Art, I know you can't really tell the Tech kids anything. They're the ones telling everybody they are the best. How about it?
And they have a right to say that they are the best. They're the best with what they had this season, and they whipped up on people, and they think they had a tougher schedule than Colorado did, and I have to agree with them as far as the number of bowl teams that they played during the year, etc. No team has ever scored 45 points against a Tom Osborne defense at Nebraska until today. And one of the main men is William Bell, right next to me now. William, you just got through seeing the Notre Dame Colorado game. What was your reaction?
At first I was up, then I was down, but it was all football. I mean, that's what a game of football is. You're just up 1 minute, the next minute you're down. That's just how it is.
And you feel kind of in limbo as far as #1 is concerned, don't you?
I really have no feelings about it now. I feel real stoic, and I think I'm just gonna let the voters decide on who should be #1 or who's gonna be #1.
It's very tactful. What about your great performance today as we see that magnificent run?
I did play good today, and I would just have to thank God, my offensive line and receivers and tight ends, I think, and also my fullback Stephen, and the whole team just did a great job, and it was just a great all-out effort by Georgia Tech team, and I'd like to thank everyone.
Well, William, I know you're tired. I know you got some hair to let down tonight. I mean, you can relax now. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Okay, thank you.
William Bell, a magnificent young man and a magnificent football player as he proved today. You know, when we went into the locker room, a lot of the players were rather reluctant really to talk about their performances of the day, but they had one thing on their mind, and that is being #1.
I think we won. We're undefeated. We should be #1.
Guys feel like they should be no matter what, and I agree with them. And we're the only undefeated team in Division I football, and I think we should be.
We came out and pulled together. You know, Jeremiah McClary sat us all down and told us we had to play. Chris Simmons also, you know, he's been a quiet leader, but he stood up today and told us that we had to play if we wanted to win this game.
If you look at Marco, I'm going to do it, and if they look at my side, then Marco's going to get it. It doesn't really matter to me as long as we get the sack.
I was hitting the ball real well in pregame, and there was few in the net, so I was ready, and You know, I've been waiting long enough, so it was about time.
I know I didn't play as well as I could have, and some things that I did really hurt us. But through it all, we came out on top, and that's what counts.
To go through a season undefeated today is almost an impossibility, and we've done that. And our kids have just hung in there. And I think if we're not the #1 team after this decisive win, then we need to change the system.
I think a lot of athletic directors, school presidents are looking at the fact now, what if Colorado played Georgia Tech in the Super Bowl of college football? Boy, the dollar signs would be ringing on that one, Joe.
I tell you what, that's a game I would love to see, Art. And what about the coaches poll now? We've talked about the writers poll. What about the coaches? You think the Jackets would stand a better chance there?
Much better chance in the coaches poll. The coaches realize the quality of ACC football, and I think it takes a while. A little residual effect for the writers to understand that the ACC has some tremendous coaches, and with the improved grade requirements nationwide, the ACC fits right in recruiting of the finest football players in the nation. So I think the coaches are more, they're quicker to change their mind and to move toward a #1 rating for Georgia Tech than, say, the writers would be.
Okay, Art, thank you very much. We look forward to your return tomorrow, and of course the jury's still out on the writers. We'll let you know what happens on that tomorrow.
Okay, Joe, thanks.
Well, no matter what the Jackets feel, the final word, again, will come from the pollsters, and their decision hinges on what happened in the Orange Bowl. #1 Colorado against #5 Notre Dame. Bad luck hit the Colorado Buffaloes early. Quarterback Darian Hagan knocked out of the game with a torn tendon in his left knee. Colorado up 3-0 in the second quarter. Notre Dame took charge. Ricky Waters into the end zone for the touchdown, but the extra point was blocked. Notre Dame led 6-3. They led 9-3 in the third period, when on 3rd and goal, Eric Bieniemy scored from 1 yard out to give Colorado the lead again, 10-9. Notre Dame was given one last chance, and they had the ball in the hands of the guy they wanted, Raheem Ismail, the Rocket. He takes this punt back 91 yards. This is an unbelievable return, but a return that wouldn't have been possible without an illegal block. It comes back, and Colorado holds on to win 10-9.